We Americans complain so much about America, and we should, but we should complain with the intent of doing something to make it better. But it's not until you go to places like Africa, like Botswana, Nigeria, even the Middle East, when you go places and certain infrastructure things that we take for granted. For instance, when you go use the restroom, you're able to flush toilet paper down the toilet with no issues. Do you know that you're not supposed to be flushing toilet paper down the toilet in these countries because it could back up their systems? Did you know that? So simple things like that, the ability to pay. I know Nigeria's got this big problem. The ability to pay with a card with no issues, without having to do a bank transfer and things like that. Botswana, they got that on lock. You got your card or you got your phone, tap it, pay for it, you're done, right? But as an American, being able to not have to worry about violent elections, but although that's getting ready to go out the window in the next 5 years, but nonetheless, there are things that we as Americans would really appreciate about being Americans, and then also we'll realize that certain things are scams. For instance, the fact that you have to pay property taxes every year on property, whereas in places like Botswana, there's a land grant. They give you some money, they give you some land, and it's yours forever. Don't have to pay taxes on it. What we see in America is that we have not made our real estate productive, and therefore, in order to be able to pay for these services and be able to do these things, we have to levy taxes, because in some ways the government is broke, or rather the government utilizes their money on things that don't necessarily benefit the citizens fully. In America, we've allowed so much of industry to privatize our natural resources, whereas like in Botswana, the diamond trade sustains the government, and therefore the citizens benefit from the diamond trade because they get stipends, they pay for their health care, they pay for their education. We have something similar in the United States, but just recognizing that if more of our industries and natural resources weren't privatized, and therefore the resources belong to the United States, but we allow private companies to be able to extract those things and to get money off of it, America would look totally different. It's so interesting to hear how, people on the left, quote unquote, and people on the right, quote unquote, how they look at government in the sense of, oh, we want smaller government, but yet you want all the government money as a government contractor. Then people on the left like, oh, well, the government should be providing more services, yet you're not encouraging businesses to go into big industry, and encouraging real black folks to go into these industries and become titans. You want black folks dependent on the government versus being beneficiaries of government contracts and government subsidies that benefit business. At the end of the day, money makes the world go round, and business is what matters. If I can put you in business, then you can employ people. If you can employ people, then you can provide for the livelihoods of families. If you can provide for the livelihoods of families, then you create an environment and a society that is able to elevate itself through education, that is able to elevate itself through better health care. You're able to elevate your society, and you do that through business. But government has to be the one that helps direct what industry is doing. And as far as what Donald Trump is doing right now, is that he's telling industry where to go, where to go. This strategic vision for the United States. So private industry and business, this is where you need to be going. And this is how I'm going to reward you for being in these particular industries that are in high demand and are in need on a global scale. Black folks, we got to start competing globally. We got to start linking up globally and competing globally, because as a black American, they show you hella love all over Africa. And you have a unique opportunity if you're able to hook up with businesses there, with successful businesses there, to help bridge the gap between the United States and also between the continent. So y'all be blessed. Y'all take care. I hope y'all have a great day.